Whether the baskets.
Yeah.
So with this full,
Yeah.
how much does it cost?
Charlie. When you come to the farm, if we don't price it, you should take this 550 cedis. Unless it's 600, but we can do it. When you come, we will tell you it is 650. Yeah.
If you have harvesting, how many baskets?
You know our numbers. Let me give you this way. At times, it depends because you have everything in a stage. At times, to give you double of what. So let's say averagely, you can get 6, highest 10. So let's say one harvest. Okay. You can harvest baskets. You can get 6. You can get maybe 6 baskets a day. And you can get 5 baskets in a day. You can get 4 baskets in a day. But when you get to the peak, at least 6.
6 baskets.
Yes, 6 baskets. You see, if you get to the peak, you have 6 baskets. Yes, you can get 6. It can be more.
No, it's funny.
No.
Yeah, like you harvested 10 times. Then tomato farming is profitable. I don't want to do calculation.
Yes, every vegetable farming is profitable.
Yeah, I'll come back to another exciting farming with you guys. Because the first time seeing me, I'm Charles. We're just going to talk about farming and agriculture here in Africa. In the previous video, we had a conversation with Michael to know how he started the farm. At least he didn't know with a friend in here, the partnership, and they began it. And then, subsequent one, we also looked at the farm tour of the place, how big the farm is, and all of that. What they grow in here. If you want to start something similar to how you will go to go about it as well. But in this video, I'm going to focus on tomato farming. And if you watch the previous video, I was saying that this tomato is heavy, and I like the way it is. It's really different from the Burkina one that they didn't have on the market. That's where you import from Burkina Faso. So in this video, I'm going to focus on tomato farming. If you're a new beginner out there, want to know how to grow tomatoes, you want to start a tomato farm, and this some information that will be useful to you, this video is meant for you. If you're already a tomato farmer, I want to learn more about it. Also learn about this variety and some other varieties that are good for growing in Ghana. This video is for you as well. So yes, without much ado, let's get into it. So yes, I want to know tomato farming. If I want to go into tomato farming as a new beginner, what am I supposed to know?
Thank you. What you're supposed to know first, you have to get a land.
Okay.
Whether if you want to do irrigation or you want to depend on the rain. So video we are doing irrigation. So we get a land, we get the system what you use to water. We've done that one on set.
Okay.
Then secondly, you have to buy the seed. You have to know the variety that
to grow.
Yeah. Or that you go into that you get what you want. So what I'm holding, we go to agri seed
To get
ours. But what I'm holding now is Cobra 35.
Okay.
We have 26, but we decided to go for 34. 34 is like the fruit normally become very big.
Okay.
So as soon as you get your seed, you have to go and nurse. After the nursery, you water it. It will take like some 3 or 4 days. Then whatever that you use to cover it, you remove from it. Then from there you start the treatment of it. Because tomato is something that grows very fast. So as soon as it's the nursery, you are seeing the nursery, we've mowed this thing. We've make a mold that we will plant on it. But mostly some people normally do it on the bare land.
Without doing the mold.
Without doing the mold, or the bed. Okay. So we do the bed, and then because the land that we are having, at times it becomes very hard. Okay. So when you do the mold, then you transplant on it. When it's 2 weeks, then after giving the water fed and then the chemicals, then they have to, because it normally bring the root aside, so they have to re-mold it again.
Okay.
So that's the second. But then from there, then you take up the pets and then the fertilization. Then you start from there.
Sure. Yeah. So let's go back because you're talking about, you've done a lot of process. So let's go to the variety.
Yeah.
You said we have Cobra 34,
35, 26 and 34.
26 and 34.
Yeah.
Okay. And this which variety is this?
This is 34.
34.
Yes, please.
Okay. So with the 26,
Yeah.
how is that different from the 34?
And the thing is, normally bear fruit plenty, but it's not that much big like the 34.
It's normally small.
And likewise with the 34, so better, but the 26 is that much plenty than the 34.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Then normally the one we have in Ghana that people normally grow, which variety is that? The local one.
The local one, Petrofec.
Okay.
That's what people does at Jofi Petro area.
Okay.
That's what it does.
Okay, I understand that one is not as compared to this. It's way lighter. It's not.
Yeah, that one. The Petrofec is, I think, it's very big, but the skin, is very light.
Okay.
But Cobra 34, the skin is very hard, and there is no water in it too. So when you place 34 and then that Petrofec down, Cobra can do like getting to 2 weeks. Petrofec will not do 1 week.
In terms of like the shelf life.
Yeah, in terms of the shelf life.
Okay, it won't even do 1 week.
Yeah, it will not do 1 week.
Okay.
It's not
Okay. And I must say, I like how I've always said, like, this is heavy. Like, honestly, this is heavy.
Oh yeah.
Very,
It's very
very
heavy
This is heavy as compared to the ones we didn't have on the
market. So I would like to add a little to what my boss has said.
Okay.
So even on the nursery bed, we do some treatments with fungicide, and these fungicides, they help to strengthen the system of the tomatoes.
Okay.
Now when we are getting to, let's say, 3 weeks or 2 to 3 weeks, we start hardening the seedlings.
Okay.
So we remove some of the shade we use to cover to expose it to the sunlight.
Okay.
So that it will be very firm and it will adjust itself to the sunlight before we bring it to on the moon field, or else after transplanting it will not be able to withstand it. Yeah, so we start introducing the heat and the sunlight to it gradually before it comes to the main field. Now when we bring it to the main field, we have some protocols we follow. Some I'll just mention some.
Sure.
Yes, I'll just mention some. We do water fet. He mentioned it, and the water fet we have as it grows and the quantity of fertilizer to mix or to dissolve in the water before you apply it to the root system. Then we also have drenching that we do when it comes to some fungicides.
Okay.
We have some disease that attack the stem of the tomatoes, and those ones normally they come from the soil. Okay. So we apply the fungicide through drenching. So you drench part of the side of the tomatoes, the whole that around it. Okay. Then you can now apply your chemical to the root system directly.
That's the fertilizer or the chemical?
No, the chemical. Either the fertilizer or once it is drenching, it could be the chemical or the fertilizer. Okay. Now, when let's say the quantity of fertilizer you apply when the tomatoes is 1 week is different from the quantity of fertilizer you apply when it is 2 weeks and 3 weeks and above. So we keep on increasing the fertilizer as time goes on gradually. We have a protocol spraying system. Okay. So let's say a week, within the week, you know the fungicide to apply, the foliar fertilizer to apply, the pesticide to apply. Nice. Now, nematodes also affect tomatoes. Okay. So normally, first week when we do transplanting, we apply nematicide we do drenching. Then we apply the nematicide. First week we don't allow it to develop a lot of root system before we do that. Okay. Then the nematicide that is very effective we've used so far is Valium Prime. Okay. Very, very effective from McDaddy. Yes. Valium Prime.
That's the name of the fertilizer.
No, the Valium Prime is the name of the nematicide.
Nematicide, okay.
Yes. That's it kills the nematode. It kills completely. Yes. Yeah. So we are glad we've been introduced to that one. It's very, very effective.
The name again, so people can get
Valium Prime. Yes, Valium Prime. VELUM. Valium Prime. Yes. So very, very effective when it comes to killing of nematodes. Then we have some very important fertilizers, compositions you have to apply.
Yeah.
So Activa we normally use from what's their name? Activa, Macaboj.
Denmark. No, it's from.
We use I'm forgetting the name, but I use Activa. It has 23 10 10 or so. Yes, 23 10 10.
The ratio.
Yes, the ratio. So nitrogen, potassium, and phosphorus.
That's for the fertilizer.
Yes, NPK. Okay. We normally use Activa from the beginning. Yara. Their fertilizer is very, very good.
Okay, I know
yes.
Yara.
Yeah. Now, when as time goes on, we would have to reduce the nitrogen a bit so that potassium and phosphorus will continue. Okay. So we have some other fertilizers that has the potassium content higher. Now, potassium is good for fruiting. It helps your tomatoes to fruit.
Okay.
Yes. So when you need a lot of potassium for your tomatoes to fruit, and we have a lot of fruit, then phosphorus is also good. It helps to firm your tomatoes. Okay. Yes. So they need to be applied proportionally as the plant grows. You don't need to, let's say, from the beginning, then you apply just any chemical or just any fertilizer anyhow, or else your tomatoes will be ready, you will see it, but it will not be firm.
Okay.
And it will spoil very fast because you don't actually apply the things on time.
Yeah.
Calcium nitrate and potassium nitrate, those ones we apply through to the root system.
Okay.
Yes, and those ones too, they help the plant, especially when it's for your firmness and your ripeness when it comes to tomatoes. So the pests and diseases I want to talk about, there are, when your tomatoes is ready, sometimes you realize that there is some spoilage at the tip, the back here.
Like the one you have.
Yes, it's called the end rot. Yes, end rot. It really happens to most of the tomatoes. So those ones, when you apply your calcium nitrate on time, you will not face that challenge. Yeah. So, and foliar fertilizers, you don't need to apply them too much, but maybe every week, once a while, you give it to it. Every week, once a while, you give it to it. So when you want to get tomatoes like this, those are some of the protocols you would have to follow. Nematode, very, very important. Or else during the rainy season, nematodes are very, very effective. So if you don't apply, you will not get anything at the end of the day.
And secondly, if you are getting your fruit, like the tomato is getting ready, then you avoid adding systemic. Then you go to what's the name? Foliar contact. You go to foliar fertilizers. You go to the foliar fertilizers. No, they are this thing. The day to harvest is that much very short. But if you go to systemic, some 14 days, it takes a longer time. So if you want to do tomato and then you start seeing the fruit, then cut the systemic and then use the foliar ones.
Okay. Yeah. I want us to follow chronologically. So I've gotten my tomato seeds.
Okay.
I've laced them. Now I learned from carrots. I want to do video on carrots.
Okay.
And the lady explained that normally the carrot before you even plant them. So how you don't just plant straight on them.
Yes.
He makes use of some pesticides before he plants on the soil. When it comes to tomato farming, do you do anything like that, or you just nail the seeds just like that? Straight away, then for it to germinate before you transplant.
Now, when you go to the nursery bed,
okay,
preparation of nursery beds, you would first, after molding your bed, you will treat it with fungicides. Okay. So after treating it with fungicide, you can now do your nursery. Now there are ants in the ground, which you want to pick your seeds. Okay. So after transplanting, after nursery, we cover it with a little bit of sand. we add water to it for it to absorb for the seed to absorb the water.
Okay.
Then we now spray on top with insecticides.
Whether attack any insecticide.
Is that on the same first day you do the plant?
That same day.
First
That same day.
Same day we do the nursery.
Okay.
You apply your insecticides to prevent those little ants from picking or removing the heart of the seeds.
Okay.
Normally they just remove the heart of the seed
Then they leave it.
then they go.
Right.
So you realize that your germination rate will reduce.
Okay.
So the insecticide is to take care of those ants and you repel them away so that they don't feed on your seeds.
Nice.
Then after that, you monitor and do your watering for some time. When it germinates, when it starts sprouting, there are some grasshoppers that will want to come and cut your distance. So you still repair them with the insecticides.
Okay.
Now you also apply fungicides whilst the plant is also growing. With all this thing is done within 4 weeks.
Okay.
It should be done within 4 weeks. So
it takes 4 weeks for you to next it.
sometimes 3 weeks your tomatoes is ready because
ready.
it grows very fast.
Okay.
But make sure you plant within the 3rd to 4th week. You start your transplanting. Because when you leave it, you realize that it will just be growing tall on your on your nursery bed.
Okay.
So we do your transplant in the 4th week. That is what we normally do. In the 4th week, our tomato seedling is ready. Then we do our transplant. After, normally we prepare the field. You can see we didn't do the normal one, we did the mold. So we prepared the mold before we even do your transplanting. Everything is ready. When you bring it here, you water the mold enough. Then we do our transplanting.
Okay.
When you do your transplanting, you water again for the soil to fill the space around the root.
Okay.
Yeah, so that it can start working immediately. Some people do starter fertilizers, but we normally on the day of transplanting or the next day.
Okay.
They do starter, but we don't really we don't do starter. So at least 1 week after or after 5 days, you realize that your seedlings have picked up.
Okay.
You see it from the way they are firm on the field.
Okay.
They've picked up. Then you start your fertilizer application protocols.
Okay.
Then a quick one. After the transplanting, we also spray insecticides to repair or kill any insects that will come around. Because
the
tomatoes, you spray insecticides. Normally, we are not targeting the tomatoes itself. We just spray around, spray everywhere, so that they don't come in. And the transplanting is done in the evening, late in the afternoon. Let's say from 4 that way, so that the sun will be down. And yes, so the next day you come, you water. You give it your normal water. You monitor it for after 5 days. Then we introduce our first fertilizer. That is NPK from Activa. We do. I don't want to go into the specifics, but we do half milk tin for the first week. For 15 liters. Napsa sprayer. So it's just like half milk tin per 15 liters of water.
Okay. And that will cover how many of the land, like
No, that one we use our drum. So we just do the calculation there.
Okay.
Yes, but when you take one Napsa sprayer, you should be able to do this row. So let's say the middle there.
Okay.
Yeah, not that much. You couldn't do that much. But we use the drum, which is around 250 liters. So we do our calculation, then we mix before we fetch into the Napsa sprayer and apply. If you don't want to use that one, then you use your bucket. You fetch your 10 ml, you pour on it, you pour around the root system. Then we do our application of fertilizer. Now within that same week, we make sure we apply nematicides.
Yeah, for the nematodes.
We don't allow the root system to develop much. It will kill all the nematodes around the root system. Okay. So the same thing, that one is 10 ml per knapsack sprayer.
And the nematicide application, is it 1 week after transplanting, or how many?
For that one, you can even do it 3 days. 3 days, yes. But it should just be within the week.
Okay.
Yes, we do it within the week. So we do our nematicide application. Then we have applied the first fertilizer already in a form of water. So next week we increase the fertilizer application. So now it's one milk tin per knapsack sprayer. So we increase it a bit. Then even within the first week, if you have a very light foliar fertilizer, you can also apply it. It will just help in the development of the root system. And we have one chemical called table root. It helps in developing the root system. So you can also mix it with the volume prime and just do drenching. So it will help the roots to develop very fast. Yes. So that is it.
So question, so the drenching, so it means drenching is not like you spraying it around, just directly in the
close to the roots. Close to the root system. Okay. You just point your knapsack sprayer, the nozzle there, you apply it there. But normally you see, when you check, you realize that there is hole around the tomatoes. Whilst transplanting. So we dig our hand into it, there is a hole, you put it there, but you don't cover the whole hole. So at the time you apply any water fertilizer, you just pour it over there. You pour it over there. So that is what helps. Now, second week we increase the fertilizer. Whilst we also do our normal foliar fertilizer spraying. Third week we increase the fertilizer. Now it has gone to 1.5 milk tin.
Okay.
Still water fed. Still water fed. So we apply, that's what we do. We apply water fed 3 weeks.
Okay.
Then in the 4th week, we now do solid. Because now the tomatoes are now good to take the nutrients in a solid form. So we apply solid, that one teaspoon. Normal table teaspoon. But you just look at it with your eye, then we drop it at least some 5 centimeters away from the root. So that it doesn't have so much contact with the root system. And normally when we apply we do a little bit showering of water to reduce the concentration of the fertilizer close to the root, or else it will be too much for it and you start getting some reactions. It can burn it.
Okay.
Yes. If it is too
the
much.
hard form of fertilizer, what hard form do you use?
We still use NPK.
The NPK.
Okay. We use NPK. Sometimes it's 15-15-15. Now it is a bit old, so 15-15-15.
Everything is equal.
Everything is equal. Now when we are getting within 1 month to 1 month to, let's say, 1 month to then 1 week, you start seeing to 2 weeks, you start seeing some fruits, the first fruits coming up. So we start applying our potassium nitrate to increase the fruiting system, or to help in getting us a lot of fruits. Yes.
So potassium is for the fruit.
Potassium for the fruit. Then calcium. Then maybe the next week we are also applying calcium. But we also have this in liquid forms.
Okay.
So whilst we are feeding it to the root, we also feed through the leaves. So we do carb. We have carb. We apply. We have. There's another one. I just escaped me. We also apply for the tomatoes to give us more fruit, or for any vegetable that fruits to give you more fruit. Yes. Then the calcium nitrate and the potassium nitrates are very important. So we apply once every week.
Within like
from 5th week going.
Okay.
It prevents this end rot disease. And it also helps you to get your firm tomatoes, and it also prevents this spoilage very fast, because once the thing is firm, it will not spoil any.
Okay.
Yeah. Then we now reduce the systemic chemicals he mentioned. Now we start applying the foliar, the contact ones, so that at least it will keep giving the tomatoes, it will keep it in good shape and in good form, whilst it also grows vegetatively, and we start getting our fruits in shape. Yes, start getting our fruits in shape. Now we have insecticides that we also apply during the process, but this is tomatoes. White flies normally worry it a lot.
Okay.
Yeah, when they take the juice out of the leaves, then the leaves becomes disformed. Basa.
Okay.
Yeah, so to control white flies, you apply the insecticide once every 7 days. Some of them will tell you 14 days, depending on how effective it is. But we normally use attack or blaze. Yeah. Attack or blaze. Yeah, the normally using. Yes. It is coming forward, so to control the white flies. So basically, you've now gotten your fruit developing, and it is looking nice because of your protocols that you follow.
Put in place.
Yes. And tomatoes helps the ripening from the first, let's say 10 weeks, that is almost two and a half months, right? Yes, you start getting picking your fruit one from it.
Oh, okay.
Yes, you start getting one from it, and those ones are the very, very big ones you get, because the first ones, they normally start fruiting early. They are the very big ones you get. It goes in stages. Every branch will bring you some, you see. So you can see. So this particular branch is giving you 3. Every branch will give you 3. All these ones are giving you 3. Yes. So that's how it goes. It's fruits in stages. Yeah. So the very first ones that come out, they are the very bigger big ones. They are bigger than these ones. Yes, they are bigger than these ones.
And they weigh a lot.
Yeah.
Because you saw them in ways, they are you make more money.
But that's the market women, they can't buy this when you tell them they are selling in weight. So maybe you target the restaurants and then big hotels and sell to them. Yeah. In that way you can make a lot of money, because if I'm selling this to a market woman, then see this crash, you will come and complain, because she'll be like, how much am I going to sell it to make my money?
Exactly.
Yeah. So that is that. And in vegetable farming, there is something that beats my mind. We have farm gate price and real price. When they come to the farm, there is difference from so you have to consider that one too.
Okay.
So basically, those are some of the protocols we follow. When it comes to,
and it takes 3 months for them to mature.
By 3 months to by 2 months, 2 weeks, you should start picking. Yeah, you should start picking.
Nice. And how many times can I harvest tomatoes to the point where the plant will say, okay, it's not going to give it again?
Okay, look at this. You see, we normally stick this one, and to make the shelf life of the tomatoes prolongs the shelf life. When you do sticking, it doesn't die fast that much.
The plant itself doesn't die.
Yes. Okay. Because it's not exposed to the floor. When it rains, it will touch it and all those things. Yeah. Okay. So the shelf life of the plant increases, but the number of times depends on you. Because sometimes to somebody this is not fully ripe. Yeah. But to me, it is ripe. Yeah. You see, when I pluck it this way and I put it down, it will take some time before it will ripe, before even the spoilage process even starts. Yes. So some farmers want it like this. Others will want it to be very ripe before you pick it. Like it.
You can't spoil in crowd.
So if you want it to be ripe like this, it will be killing the stick on each one.
So that is a trick too. For me, I would want to pick it this way, because I don't give it any nutrients anymore. But when it is there, it is still picking nutrients from the plant. That is killing my plant, so I'll pick it this way very fast. So what you can see here, we've harvested more than 10 times. We did more than 10 harvests, and it is done every 4 days.
The harvesting?
Yes.
Wow.
Every 4 days you harvest. You should be right.
So you want to take your harvest like for a month after like
we harvest after we started we harvested like 10 times more than a month.
Believe it's what they say.
10 times is so it's more.
How do you guys say tomato farming is profitable?
It is. See, I've been telling people that vegetable farming is profitable
if you know the season.
Target your season and do your farming. So you see, there is one trick too. Right now, there is something we are still learning.
Okay.
Someone was telling me yesterday that when you do tomato now, or when you plant tomato now, it will not fruit.
Why?
Yes,
because of the weather.
Because of the harsh weather conditions that are coming up.
Is it the
dry season? They are saying that from what I've read so far, the temperature between the day and night should be within 10 degrees.
Okay, for the tomatoes
to be able to fruit. So you maybe to a certain extent you have to create that temperature
for it.
Yeah. So but we are going to still do another nursery and we'll try it.
I see.
Yes, we'll try because in April tomatoes is still expensive. So we'll try it. If you gain, we gain. Okay. If you lose, we lose. But maybe the trick will be like we will have to make sure you water every or in the evening before you go home, so that we will give it a cooling environment before we go. Yes, that is what we will do. So vegetable farming is profitable. All you have to do is to make sure you stick to the protocols. Once you follow the protocols, and don't start big because you might not have the necessary resources to. But once you start small, you have the necessary resources, you follow the protocols, you surely make money. Yes.
And the tomatoes, how are they sold? So I know some do it in the box, that cutting thing, then they fill it.
Yeah.
So, how is it? That's not the only means, or how do you go about the selling of tomatoes?
For us, we use the basket.
Okay.
The Jefi area, they use the box, the wooden box.
Okay.
And most areas also use the wooden box, but some people use the baskets. When they come, we look at the basket price, then we discuss it, we reach an agreement, then we take off from there. But here we sell with baskets.
How big is the basket? How does the basket look like? How big does it look like?
It will be like what we normally
basket.
Some. Okay.
Yes,
maybe like the 34 bucket,
Okay.
It can take like, let's say 4. The basket, the 34 bucket.
It can take 4 of that.
4 of that.
Okay.
4 of 34 bucket to that basket.
So currently, if I have this size of baskets right now.
It depends on the size too. The size of the basket and the size of the money too.
Size of the money.
Yeah, the money too.
Thanks,
Yeah. So.
Okay, so there's the baskets.
Yeah.
So with this full.
Yeah.
How much does it cost?
Charlie.
When you come to the farm, if we don't price it, we should take this 550 cedis.
Unless it's 600, but we can give it.
When you come, we will tell you it is 650.
Yeah.
You see these market women, I don't get them. They know that whatever we are giving to them is farm gate price, and when you take it out there, they will still make a lot of money. But still, they want to cheat you. They want to cheat. So we give it to you not less than 550 cedis. But the price should be 600.
600 cedis. Okay.
600 Ghana cedis.
Wow. And with what you say, a quarter of an acre, right?
Yeah, this is 3/4.
3/4. Now, talk about all the tomatoes plants you guys have planted on the farm. From like 3/4 of an acre.
Yes, from here 3/4 of an acre. It's not up to 1 acre.
Okay. If you have to harvesting, how many baskets?
You know our numbers.
I'm asking you, God.
Yes.
For someone who wants to go into tomato farming,
the person who wants to get
how
details.
profitable it is.
Yes.
Maybe you don't just give me the average. Like let's say this number of baskets you grow. Someone might also be growing it. The person might not get that same number because it varies on what you are doing on your farm.
Of course.
So there are differences when it comes to that. But I just want to let people know how profitable it can be, and if you are looking at it averagely, if you are not making any money, what you can go get, like at least from it, the returns, you get it. I know you spoke about 50% returns.
You will get it.
That one is no problem.
50% returns, you will get.
Yes, but this one is like low. Because with this basket that is being sold, and what you guys have, how many can you get from that, and like the pricing that goes with it? That's all I'm asking.
Of course, I get it.
I thank God you get it.
Okay, let me give you this way. At times, it depends, because you have everything in a stage. At times, to give you double of what. So let's say averagely you can get 6, highest 10.
So let's say one harvest.
Okay. You can harvest baskets.
You can get
6.
You can get maybe 6 baskets
a day.
And you can get 5 baskets in a day. You can get 4 baskets in a day. But when you get to the peak, at least 6.
6 baskets.
Yes, 6 baskets. You see, if you get to the peak, you have 6 baskets. Yes, you can get 6 baskets.
It can be more.
No, it's funny.
No.
Yeah, like you harvested 10 times. Right. So if first harvest you don't get 6. So like I'm saying, like average, like let's say for not like first as it begins, when the beginning starts.
Yeah, you just start picking.
But even though like to be big.
Yes, it will be big.
To be very big. Yes. So at least. But if you harvest 10 times, so let's say even with the first harvest, you don't get 6, you get like 3, 4. Looking at the number of times you guys have harvested, and you can possibly harvest. Then tomato farming is profitable. I don't want to do calculation.
Yes, every vegetable farming is profitable.
If you know the season.
Yes. There was a time we did this. This went for 250 cedis.
Okay. And they do attempt to. You can get this one 100 cedis or 50 cedis.
Because that time the geography people have done there's a lot of tomatoes on the market. So even if the person comes and is telling you, I want to buy this 250, 200, you should be happy.
Okay, because
there's a lot. But if there is no tomatoes like this time, right now people are still going to Togo to bring tomatoes. The customer, we are going to sell this one today. We were even talking about it. He was telling me they brought tomatoes to the market last market day, so there is still tomatoes around. So he's trying for us to beat the price down. So sometimes miraculously you don't know where it is coming from, then they bring it. So the market price varies. It's not stable sometimes.
But going into the right season.
In the right season, let's say from December you are harvesting, and April you are harvesting, you are good to go. Right now, very soon the people will start theirs. No, they will start the nursery. When it starts raining February, they will do their nursery very fast. Wow. They will do their nursery.
This is impressive.
Yeah.
I like that. Every vegetable farming is profitable. Depends on how you go about it. I like that.
Every vegetable farming is profitable. You just have to follow the protocols and handle it very well.
This fruits, I don't know.
If you the first one I picked from the farm to the house is still there. Over a month. It's still there.
You can see you can see like it doesn't.
Yes, it is fleshy. The water content is low. So the whole tomatoes is a fruit. If possible, we can cut one for you to see. The water content is very, very, very low.
I like how it is. Like, at least I advise most tomato farmers to try.
Yeah, to go into the
34.
You know, I said it's quite. What's the price of the seeds?
It says currently it's expensive. 50 grams should be around. At the market price, it should be around 700.
Wow.
But when you want to, you will not get. So if somebody is having it right now and is telling you 1,005, you will buy.
Yeah.
The one we will do right now, we have only 50 grams.
Okay.
We have only 50 grams. So that's the only thing we have. And I'm not.
And the 50, how many?
No, the 50. With the 50, we can take this 3/4 of an acre.
Yeah. You can use do the same.
If you do the nursery very well.
And they all like
ants don't come and pick your seeds.
You give care to the nursery, you get what you want.
You'll be able to fill all these places.
Nice.
And secondly too, like if you want to go into tomatoes farming, don't do the farming and say, let this person take care of it for me. You yourself be around. be watching things. If not that, you invest and you lose and you say family is not good.
Yeah.
Because I met a man that wanted to invest. I want to farm. He bought the things and then he's working. Oh, Achu, go and do this thing for me. Achu go to the farm. Achu will not do it.
Yeah.
But a quick one: if you employ people on your farm to take good care of them,
So at least
it's not easy. It's not easy to be on the farm. Yeah, farming is tedious. It's not easy to be on the farm. So if you take somebody and the person is working for you, take care of the person. The person is motivated. The person will work for you wholeheartedly. Yes, because he knows at the end of the day that is where he's also getting his salary or something from.
Yeah. I always tell people, especially those in the diaspora who want to do farming. Most of them watch my videos and they'll be like, I want to start. Most of them, they give money to people for them to do the farm for them. They are not actively involved themselves. The money farming, it has to do with you actually have to do underground.
They are monitoring things.
Or get at least trusted people. It's even difficult. To make sure that they are giving.
No, some of us
we are here.
Like generally,
it's difficult. Yes.
They should invest in us. They will see.
You see the result.
Yeah.
Nice. So yes, me personally, if the year just began, if you are looking at some type of crops that you want to go into, there are people who are only interested in crop farming. If you want to go to crop farming, I recommend vegetables. I recommend tomato farming, especially the Cobra 34.
Cobra 34 from Acre seed.
From Acre seed for you guys. Acre seed, you guys have to link up together.
Mr. Bright, you are watching. You
can't be doing that video just like that. So please, Acre seed, you are watching this. Let us work together.
Yeah, sure.
I would recommend this for you guys to grow, because I'm falling in love with how it looks like and how good it is. So I recommend it for you guys to try it out. I think if there's any last words, anything you want us to know about tomato farming?
If you want to apply, don't go and mix all the chemicals together and go and spray.
Yes.
There'll be a reaction. Maybe the flowers will be, when you started bearing flowers, they will drop.
Yeah.
So there are some of the chemicals over there, they don't meet each other. So don't go and mix it with what is on the label. Then you are good to go.
Okay. Read the instructions.
Yes.
Read the instructions to really help you. Okay. Any last words?
I think I've said almost everything. So
they should subsidize the seed for us. The seed is too expensive.
They should subsidize it for us. Reduce the price.
We the young ones, we want to farm. There is a friend out there wanted to farm, but doesn't know where. When I said, okay, if you want to go with it, get like maybe some 70. I said, what? Where will I get it from? Then
that's another problem.
Because if you depend on the rain, you can't do anything. At first I started, I depend on the rain. I've been losing. And I said, okay, fine. That's 4 years ago. Okay, then let me go into irrigation. And it's fetching.
Yeah.
It's fetching. But it's only that the resource, the finances, that's what it's deserving. They say agric development, but if you go there or highlight, don't try it. Don't try it. But this is for agric. So we are only pleading with the government. At the seed here, because Bright and they'll be complaining that when they import the seed, what they are paying on it, is too much.
Yeah, the taxes they import
it's too much. So they should watch on that one. At least if they make it free for them to, if the farmers will actually they also come and then give it to us in the lowest price, and then we are good. At first we buy this thing 250, but now 700. A time will come, you won't see it. Somebody will just pack somewhere
and be selling small
1,005 before we get this one and do wahala. So we're only pleading with them.
It's quite unfortunate. We just hope for the best that things will get better with time. Honestly, because every government say they are doing much about agriculture, but the farmers themselves on the grass are not even feeling it. As you even said, the planting for food and enjoy. You guys have not
seen anything. We've not seen anything
over here.
We've not seen
it. It's quite unfortunate, but yeah, honestly, I don't know. We pray and we hope for the better.
Yeah,
that things would improve and things would work out.
Yeah,
but as this video was about tomato farming, how profitable it is, how you as a beginner can venture into the business and make sure that yes, you can also earn something from it. You need the market availability, you need the pricing, you know how to go about it from the basic stage to the point of maturity, chemical application, everything that you need to know about tomato farming. The main take home is that every vegetable farming is profitable.
It is profitable.
It depends on how you do it and how you go about it.
Yes.
So yes, I want to mention only tomato farming. Any vegetable farming that you do, it's profitable. So yeah, let's close out the video. Make sure you like, so you to go to other videos. Subscribe to the channel so we all go together. Operation 100,000 subscribers before the year ends. Please make sure that you subscribe. If you're a new beginner or you're a new person on the channel, subscribe so we go together and share. People out there who want to start vegetable farming, learn about tomato farming, you can share it to them so they can get the chance to learn and also try and invest into it or start their own vegetable farm or tomato farm on their own. Alright, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.
Subscribe.